Hi, so there is a full moon in Aries for this current full moon. And the question I asked was, how can the collective courageously step into their authentic path under this full moon? And the first card we have is the warrior. So the key words are the samurai, the soldier, the advocate. We often envision the warrior as an armored figure with sword in hand, moving blindly toward battle. Yet the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its center, meaningless confrontations and violence are the default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. It is likely a great one, with deep roots and long-standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles, so choose wisely, brave one. As you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender to the battle. Without a true purpose, manifesto, or oath, the warrior is lost. What do you stand for? What are you willing to rise in the name of? Write it out. Be careful, as the warrior implies war. The two go hand in hand. Those who defeat others are strong. Those who defeat themselves are mighty. So, for this first card, I think this is a calling to be brave and move in the direction that your heart is calling you to. What courageous step can you take towards your goals? As this is the question that I have asked for the collective. So the second card we have is influencing the theme, and that's Kairos. Keywords are mythic, time, and synchronicity. We have all had the experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. The word evil comes from the root unripe. Consider that everything has a time of ripeness, when it becomes a nourishing fruit, sweet to the lips. Compare the Greek words chronos and kairos. This will guide you to an understanding of logos and mythos. So this is saying inner clarity and guidance from within will tell you the moment to act upon something you and your soul may want to do. So patience may be needed, but don't hesitate to make a decision when the time feels right. So the third card we have is She-Wolf and Unleash the Wild Within. I find it quite interesting that it's in front of a full moon as well, as this is a full moon reading. So the She-Wolf represents a shamanic archetype, and she is the alpha female. She is not afraid to stand up for her beliefs. I think this is a calling to be free and express yourself. Don't hold back on your vision. Focus on the path you and your soul desire to take. I think, we're all growing and our talents and gifts really want to be shared. So this is about, tapping into that wildness within you. Maybe getting out when it is the full moon may really help you uncover some insights that you are really wanting to discover at this time. So our unconscious thoughts about this is Memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress and technology. So I think as a collective, you are receiving guidance from the divine in your subconscious. It could be coming in your sleep or meditation or even in your daydreams. I think we've all been working on ourselves and committing to our spiritual paths and our practices. So I think gifts are strengthening at this time, and it's a time of our soul's evolution. So try and stay grounded, and not to let the ego get in the way of your potential. Um, you know, I think this is a really strong time at the moment with the full moon. Energy is really high, and especially with it being in Aries, which is, pioneer, fire, and just taking bold, courageous steps, which is what this whole reading is about. So the fifth card we have is conjunction, and this is what is ending or coming to an end. So keywords are love, divine union, infinity. Conjunctio is the great alchemical operation of love. During this stage, we witness the miraculous work of two opposites merging to create a unique third form. Sun and moon unite to reveal the entire cosmos. Black and white unite to reveal the spectrum of colour. Unlike coagulatio, conjunctio represents a conscious and benevolent union, one that springs forth from awareness, acceptance, and devotion. It is not a compromise, but rather an activation, a holding of tension and presence that allows each of the entities to thrive and express themselves. Experiencing conjunctio is one of the blessings of the human experience, whether the bond is with human nature or divinity. Recognize it by the stirring of your heart and an element of surprise. Through the opposites arises the infinite. The alchemist is patient and true to their own heart. Do not be fooled by preconceived images of what conjunctio looks like. Love is creative and therefore seeks new forms. So I think we've been experiencing, and we have already experienced, as this is coming to an end, or this may just be coming to an end for you, an activation. And I think we've been recognizing our oneness and connection to all things. We have integrated our light and dark, so therefore we can now see the colours. And by this of our integration of light and dark aspects, we are now moving forward with an open heart. So I think that's a really lovely card. What that leads us to is the future, and that is lead. Keywords are density, weight, and Saturn. Lead is the first metal. Its properties are heavy, dense, and unwaveringly steady. It is often perceived as the metal that initiated the entire alchemical drive to turn what is base lead into what is noble gold. It correlates to the planet Saturn and its love of rules and structure. On one hand, this card implies a fixed position or burden that may be weighing down the work. On the other hand, lead can arrive just in time to ground a situation, to bring an alchemist back to the humble beginnings. Either way, the presence of lead is sobering. We cannot ignore it. The impatient alchemist may be discouraged to see it in the laboratory, and it reminds us of how far we have to go. Approach this card with reverence for the ongoing process. Lead was also known as the sleeping giant of alchemy. It is said to contain its own secret and solution. Ponder how you can awaken this intelligence. So I think this is saying basically the work is never done. That we've been going through a massive alchemical process, and we may be starting something new that we may not have thought of before. So I think we need to keep having moments of stillness and silence to discover messages that will, lead us on each step of our journey. So the next card we have is Ancestry, and this is you or your energy. And I think this is saying you are being guided each step by your ancestors. They live within you. They have been sending messages to you. You may not realize it, but even if it's subconsciously, they are. The wisdom they have passed down to you, and it's assisting you on your path. You have gifts, and you could create a legacy for your lineage. So I think this is a really beautiful card. I think this is just stepping forward onto that path that we really want to take. The next card we have is Trepidation, and this is energies coming in or our environment. For me, this is saying a new path is opening, and it may be causing you to feel afraid. This could be like a limiting belief that you hold, or it could be, fear of the unknown, or something that you aren't quite sure of yet. But I think support is there from your ancestors. This is very heavily heavy theme on our ancestors, I believe, for this full moon. There's ancestors and guides there for you, so call on them to help you move through the fear. Maybe write down what it is you're fearing. Can you turn that fear into something else? Can you turn it into love? We're all scared of moving ahead. We're all scared of the unknown. There may be many things that we're not certain of, but as this is about being courageous to take the step towards our soul's path, I think this is doing it with courage. So sometimes, we get a feeling of anxiety, but it's not, it could be more excitement. So I would say don't let the fear hold you back. The next card we have is Ancestor of Illusion, and this is for our hopes and fears, or hopes or fears. So this is a very new deck for me, the Shaman's Oracle, and I will read from the book because I do not know these cards yet. And it says, I am the ancestor of illusion. I can show you the true nature of those things around us that may appear to be beautiful, but have a darker side hidden behind them. Life has many aspects that seem other than they truly are. My deep insight can uncover the reality behind this surface sheen. I will walk beside you and ensure that you are not led astray by appearances before you reach your true goal or your true resting place. Illusion can often trap us very easily. We are only too willing to become ensnared because the truth is something we would find uncomfortable. The ancestor of illusion serves to teach us the folly of such willful self-deception. The truth is always available to anyone who is patient enough to stalk it. With this ancestor stepping elegantly by our side, we are led to recognize the beauty of truth and the deceptive character of falsehood. Once we achieve this insight, we will never opt for delusion again. So, as this is our hopes and fears, I think we may be fearing that what we are experiencing may be an illusion, or we may be getting distracted in moving towards our authentic path. We are looking for our truth, and the best way to do that is for us to look inside ourselves. Always look within whenever you may doubt the actions you want to take. Our ancestors are guiding us through this at this time. The 10th card we have is the offering. Key words are the gift, the present, and the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in this deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up for the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. Once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence, for the offering can come in all shapes and sizes. If there is a gift you've been thinking of giving someone special, now is the time. So, as this is about stepping into your authentic path, this could symbolize that there is something like a habit or a belief that you may need to leave behind, but also there is a gift you should share with others. So remember, it can be small, like, giving some advice to a friend, that they might need you, or it could be something bigger, like teaching others how to expand their awareness. You have the potential to create something long lasting that others can benefit from. So take one step towards it. And the animal, this is like a new little pocket animal spirit guidebook from Kim Kranz. I've bought quite a few of her decks now because they're amazing. And it's butterfly. So I'll read from the book again because I don't know her cards that much yet. And the keyword it says at the top, undergoing great change or transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your jobs, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. To bring into balance a daily routine. So I believe at this time of the full moon, you are going through a major transformation, but you don't have to do it all on your own. If you are needing support, reach out to a friend or loved one or spirit to guide you through this time. Also, if there is like a new modality or routine you are wanting to start, now is a great time to start. And the angel number we have for today's reading is 222, alignment. And keywords are connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life choices, compromise, commitment, and trust. How do you move forward towards your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interests if it's piqued by something. Follow these routes to help you discover your life's purpose. So, as always, I think the angel number always sums it up really nicely. I think we are going through a time of alignment at this time. We are taking bold steps and we're learning and integrating a lot of information. So I think this is a time, although this is a time of action in some respect, I think this is also a time of connecting quite a lot with our ancestors to receive the guidance for our true path. So I think it's a bit of both. It's a lot of going within and meditation, but also, making a plan or making an action or making a change towards our alignment and our soul's true calling. So I hope this has helped in any way possible. Please leave a message in the comments of anything that you've taken away from today's reading. I'd really appreciate that. It's, we grow together. So until next time, thank you. Bye.